Good morning, children. I'm Sharmila Miss here again. Welcome to our next online class for the standard of 6 for the subject of science and for the session number 23. And in session number 22, we have started with the second lesson, that is the living organisms. So in that we have seen what is the meaning of adaptations and what is the meaning of habitat. Okay, so now among these habitats, we have got mainly two types of habitats. One is called as the terrestrial habitat and one is called as the aquatic habitat. So terrestrial habitat is the animals or the plants or the trees which grows on the land. So in the land you have got different types of lands. Okay, so in the land one is the deserts and one is the mountain regions and one is the grasslands. Okay, so now first we go on to the desert. So in the desert, so as I told you before itself, desert means it is a huge or a vast land where there is no vegetation, only the sand is completely filled. And in the deserts, the temperature is very high during the daytime and during the night it is just the opposite. It becomes cool towards the night. So in the deserts, many of the animals cannot live in the desert due to the heat. So there are very few animals which lives in the desert. Among them, the common animals which are found, one is the rats and one is the snakes. And these two animals, the rats and the snakes, how is it possible for them to live in the desert? Because they live in the burrows. Burrows means what? They make holes inside the earth and they go deep inside and they stay. So, and next is the camels. So, already I have explained to you about the camel, how the camel's body is adapted to live in the desert. Okay, so in the desert, the main common plant where you find everywhere is the cactus. Okay, so the cactus is the main plant which you can find it everywhere. So you might have seen the cactus. The leaves of the cactus, it has got thorns on the top of it. Okay, there are thorns on the edges of the cactus plant. And this cactus, it does not have leaves. Okay, you might have seen the cactus. It is thick. It is the portion of the cactus is very thick. That is, maybe the leaves are absent in that, or the leaves may be too small, or the leaves are modified into spines. So over here in the cactus also, the leaves are modified into spines. So these cactus, they have got a thick type of leaf, and this leaf has the capacity to store water in it. And not only that, you know the plants go through the process of photosynthesis. So here also the cactus also go through the process of photosynthesis, that is preparing the food on its own, but this preparation takes place in the spines. The leaves are absent in the cactus plant. And this leaves, the cactus plant, mostly it does not give out much water during the daytime. That is when it is very hot. You have read in your first semester that leaves will give out water vapor. So over here, that is by the process of transpiration. Here the cactus plant does not give out any water, or the water never gets evaporated from the cactus plant. It has got the capacity to retain the water in its leaves. Okay, the thick stems are only called as the leaves of the cactus. So that is one feature how the cactus can grow in the deserts. And the next one is the cactus plant has a liquid in it. It has got a type of sticky liquid which does not allow the water to get evaporated away from the leaves. So because of it, the cactus never requires water to grow. The cactus can grow even without the water. So that is how the cactus plant is adapted to live or to grow in the deserts. Like how the camel is adapted to live in the desert, the cactus plant is adapted adapted to grow in the desert. And most of the time, no animals will eat the cactus plant. Why the animals do not eat the cactus plant? Because it has got thorns at the edges of the leaves. So the animals do not eat away the cactus plant. So this is about the first group of terrestrial habitat, that is about the deserts. Okay, so now next we go to the next region, that is the mountain region. So in the mountain region, the main animals which you can see is the yak, the snow leopard and the mountain goats. So in the mountains, these are the common animals which can be seen. So over here, the yak, it has got thick fur. Fur means what? Thick hair it has got. And over here, these animals, this thick fur does not allow the cold to enter into the animal's body. So the thick fur helps the animal to keep its body warm so that it is able to live on the mountain regions. You know, mountain means most of the time there is lot of wind, it is breezy always, and most of the time the mountains are covered by snow. So these animals are suited to live over there because it has got a thick fur, and inside the fur it has got layer of fat which allows the animal to retain the heat inside its body. And then next is the snow leopard. The snow leopard, it has got the feet in such a way that it can withstand the heat when it is there on the mountains. You know, generally animals mean they have got the claws. Now, for example, if you see the cat, okay, it has got the paws or the claws. Okay, when it is angry, when it opens out its feet, okay, you can see the sharp nails coming out from its toes. So those are called as the claws. So over here, the snow leopard's feet also is entirely different from the regular leopard which is there on the land. So these leopards are able to live on the snow-covered mountains because of its legs. The legs are suited in such a way that the cold does not enter its body through the legs. And then next is the mountain goats. The goats which are living on the top of these mountain regions, they have got their feet called as the hoofs. I have already told you the camel also has got hoof. So over here these goats also have got a strong foot, that is the hoof, which helps it to climb or to run on the top of the mountains. So because of its hard hoofs, it is able to live even in the snow-covered mountains because the cold in the snow will not enter into the body of the goat. So that is how these three animals are able to live on the mountain regions. And in the mountain regions, the types of trees which grow over there, the shape of the tree is entirely different. Okay, the trees which grow over there, it is in the shape of a cone. Okay, you might have seen the cone. Like when you eat ice cream, you have to know the shape of the cone. So the cone, if it is put in the inverted way, how it will look. So like that only the trees in the mountain regions looks like a cone. It has got a cone shape. And over here, the leaves which are there, they are entirely different. And usually in the regular land side when you see the trees, the branches will spread and the leaves will be flat where it can receive the sunlight. But here on the mountain regions, it has got branches in a different way. It has got branches in a sloping way. It has got branches in a sloping way. Sloping means what? It is facing downwards. The branches are facing downwards. And the leaves which are here, they are not as broad as the other trees. They are narrow. The leaves are narrow, and when it comes to the end of the leaf, it becomes like a thin, it becomes very thin. So we call that as the needle-shaped leaves. So the trees over here on the mountains, they are cone-shaped trees. Their branches are always sliding towards the down portion. It is not spreading in the full right round, it is not spreading, but it is all spreading in the down portion, and the leaves are of needle shape. Why the trees over here on the mountains are different from the trees that grows on the land? Because on the mountains, it is being covered with snow. So the cone-shaped trees and the sliding branches and the needle-shaped leaves, they allow the snow when it falls on the tree not to remain on the tree but to allow it to melt and slide down the ground. So whatever snow is falling on the trees never remains on the trees or on the leaves, but it all slides and comes down because of the shapes of the trees. So this is how the trees are there on the mountain regions. So these type of trees which are there on the mountain regions, they are called as the coniferous trees. So why they are called as the coniferous trees? Because the shape of the tree is in the shape of a cone. So we call this as the coniferous trees. The trees which are there on the land, it is called as the deciduous trees because they have got broad leaves and a flat surface. Their branches are different. So the land trees which are growing on the land, they are called as the deciduous trees, and the trees which grows on the mountain, it is called as the coniferous trees. So now I have told you about the types of trees which grows over there, what is the shape of it and why that shape is there. And then I have told you about the animals which lives on the mountain region. One is the yaks, one is the snow leopard, and one is the mountain goats. Okay, so in the terrestrial habitat we have learned about two. One is the deserts and one is the mountain regions. Okay, so now next we go on to the grasslands. So in the grasslands, okay, so grasslands are the huge places. Don't think only grasses are growing. Grasslands is a place where the different varieties of plants and trees will grow. So over there you have got both the types of animals. Okay, for example, I have taken two types of animals. One is the lion. You know the lion is a carnivorous animal because it feeds on the flesh of other animals. And then next one is the deer. The deer is a herbivorous animal which feeds only on the plant and the plant products. So you must be wondering now, why I have written one carnivorous animal and one herbivorous animal. So over here in the grasslands, both the types of animals are living. So how one animal attacks the other animal, that we will see now, and how the deer will make itself protective or safeguard itself from the lion. So what are the features? Now for example, the lion. Sometimes in the grasslands, okay, the grasses, sometimes it will be fresh, sometimes it will be dry. So the grassland where the places where it has got dry grasses, the lion will hide itself inside those grasses because the lion's skin color and the grass color will be the same, almost the same. So nobody can make out that the lion is hiding over there. It will be waiting for a situation where the animals come nearby so that it can jump on it, kill it and eat it up. So that is the cleverness of the lion. So the grass color and the color of skin color of the lion will match over there where it can hide itself. And then the deer. Okay, so you might have seen the deer. You know the deer is one of the animals which runs very fast. So now here in the deer, there are certain features which helps the deer to identify if there are any enemies going to come and attack it. Now for example, you have seen the face of a lion. Okay, now even for us if you take also, the eyes are in the front portion. But if you take for the deer, you have seen the face of a deer. So the face, if you check the face of the deer, the eyes will be right towards the end of its head. And next it will have long ears. Why it has got long ears? To hear even the slightest movement of the animal. So even the slightest movement, even if a grass is shaking by the wind, even that little sound also will be heard by the deer. So that is why it has got long ears. And why the eyes are fixed toward the end of its head? Because if it is the eyes are in the front, it will not be able to see what is happening in the sides. Okay, so the lion will have the eyes in the front for it to focus and see where the animals are coming, how far they are coming, how near they are coming, what is the distance, how it can jump on it. Everything the lion can be able to judge because its eyes are in the front of its face. But for the deer, it is towards the end of its head because that end, the eyes which are there at the end, it will give the vision for the deer even in the surroundings. So the deer's eyes are very helpful for the deer to protect itself from the enemy. So the minute it hears the sound through its long ears or the eyes which is there toward the end of its head, it will allow the deer to, when it turns in one direction, the full thing it will be visible for the deer. It is not that it has to turn completely and see like how we are doing. But little if it turns, it can find out what is happening throughout the surrounding. So it will know from which direction the enemies are coming, that is the other animals. So these enemies are called as the predators. So how the deer can safeguard itself. Okay, and one more feature of the deer is it's the way it jumps and runs. You know, the deer is the fastest animal which can run at a great speed. So the deer's features, the body features are in such a way where it can detect how the predators are coming, from which direction it is coming, through its special features, one of the long ears, its eyes, and then one it is its legs which can carry the deer fast to inside the grasses. So through this the deer can protect itself from the other animals which are coming to attack it. So these are about the terrestrial habitat. So in the terrestrial habitats, okay, first one you have seen about the deserts, and then you saw about the mountain regions, and then last you have seen about the grassland. So with this we come to the end of the terrestrial habitat. So now next we will be going to the aquatic habitat. Yes, children, now we have come to the end of this terrestrial habitat. Okay, if you have any doubts in this session number 23, you can come and clarify your doubts, and the assignments will be sent on the group. In the next session, we learn about the aquatic habitat. Thank you.